All right. Welcome, everybody, to the first Ruffnauts AMA. Today, we're going to be joined by our social team. That is Gabe right over there, Tara, and Ken. You guys probably know them from our TikTok and YouTube pages. They are in charge of all of our videos, and they make some awesome content. So today, we're going to be answering all your questions that you sent in over the past few days. We got lots of content stuff about 2.0, about working with Ruffnauts, making videos, and we'll be answering all of that today. So first off, let's just have everybody introduce themselves. Gabe, you want to go first?
My name is Gabe. I make some of the videos that you guys see on YouTube and TikTok. I also handle just all the social media stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Tara. You probably know me from my Rec Room channel, Therapeutic. I also have an animal company and UGG channel, Tarilla. I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years, so I'm happy to be part of the Ruffnauts team, helping them make shorts.
Hey guys, my name is Harry. If you guys don't know, I'm also an ex-Rec Room employee. Been working for Rec Room for like 7 years, and just been doing YouTube for about 8. But I'm very happy and excited to be part of the Ruffnauts family, and yeah.
And you probably know me as Gwiz. I'm the admin on the Discord. Probably have talked to me plenty of times. If you are Proto Pup, you know me, and if you're a Rough Rider, you definitely know me. Yeah, and today we'll just be hopping into some of the straight into the questions. All right, this is an awesome one. So first question was from TBM. What brought you all to the Ruffnauts team?
I was here before actually Ruffnauts even came out, or I came when it was in development still. So I was working with Vinci Games before that, and then our, I guess you could say, boss was like, "Oh, we have another game on the way," and so we just started creating. I started creating content for that along with the Gwiz over here, and yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Yeah, I had a recommendation from a other content creator who recommended me to get in touch with Ruffnauts, and so that's how I ended up here. Just word of mouth, kind of. It's a small space in the VR world, so.
Yeah. And Ken, that's like kind of the same for you, right?
Yeah, the same thing. And I just love the concept of the game, where it's like it's Pokemon meets pretty much like just its own cell shaded identity type of game. So I love that. Yeah,
we all kind of just started small. We all started just Gabe and me, and then the social team kind of like grew as we went along, and the game got more popular. We got lots of videos coming out every single day coming from everybody here, and they're always awesome. And we actually have a second one from TVM as well. I hope TVM is watching right now. You're answering all your questions. What was your favorite Ruffnauts moment? Yeah.
I have a story. Oh my god. Literally when I captured Gly, my pet, because it was like one of my first times not immediately dying on like the asteroid belt, and I had a capture cube and I was trying to capture one of these guys, and I fell off the edge because something yeeted me, and then I threw my capture cube at the same time, and I thought it was just gonna bounce off, and it actually got him, and I was falling, and I could see it capture him, and I was like, victory. And then I found out he only eats cakes, so he's still a baby. But anyways, that's my good moment.
Mine's just pretty much simple, really. Like when I first started out the game, I thought it would be really difficult just to get into it and just to know everything. But you guys are super nice. Like as soon as I jumped in, you guys pretty much flowered me with so many gifts and free pets. I really appreciate that. So the initial just coming into the game and people being super welcoming was my favorite thing about the game.
Gwiz, it's a little embarrassing, but what planet's that called over there again? With I know there's two names.
We have 100 different names for it.
I know.
I call it the asteroid.
I think that was I always just call it Gamma. I call that planet Gamma.
Okay, Planet Gamma. I think when we first introduced it, way back when, I really liked using the what is it called? The grappler, and I liked grappling around there. I think that was just very enjoyable for me. I like the way that you just float around on that planet. And yeah, I think that was one of my favorite moments personally. Just discovering that planet and just hanging out around there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I had something very similar. That my favorite moment was probably when we did our Friday playtest, when we did those first few. We made this TikTok video that blew up, and everybody started oh, we want to hop in. We're okay, we'll let you all in. And we had that one weekend where on Friday we went in. We just let as many players in as we possibly could, and there was that was when we didn't have a player limit, so there was 50 or 60 kids all in one room just jumping around and going nuts. We didn't have lobbies, so it was only one room, so there was 100 people jumping around, and everyone was constantly lagging, but everyone was just going crazy and having tons of fun. Every one of those Fridays was some of my favorites. We're going to have a lot of events like that similar for our 2.0 updates. I'm hoping that we can get something similar to that coming up. Yeah, I remember you were there for a lot of them. Those were a lot of fun before we released the game, just having those playtest moments. And we actually have a question here from Mama Monkey. Oh, wow. Do you have a favorite Ruffnauts video you've made?
I think it'll have to be. It was definitely one of the earlier ones. I think it was how to get the mech. I don't know if you guys know, but there used to be a mech hanging around like the lobby over here. I made a video on how to get it, and in the end, the video lagged out, and you guys never find out. And it's awesome because everyone was not the happiest, but it was just funny in my opinion. But yeah, that's my favorite video personally.
I like ones from hatching eggs, like nothing specifically, but it's just fun like to have a bunch of eggs that you need to hatch out and see the different color variants. Those have been always my favorite ones to make.
Yeah, probably be the same thing as Terra's as well, especially like going through so many eggs, just finding out what color, and then having people in the background like, whoa, you got that really rarity, and they just freak out as much as you do. And that's always like super surprising. Very wholesome, so I love that.
Yeah, that video game, I remember that when you made that one. That was fantastic. That was like our first like meme, like cutaway gag video, and we just kept making this after that. It was a lot of fun with those. But yeah, there's still a lot of people that were like, how do you actually get the mech? I think you made a lot of people angry with that. Did we ever figure out a way to get the mech, do you think?
I don't think so. It disappeared from the lobby, and I've been talking about it recently in some of the recent videos, and people are saying bring it back, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if we will.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we can. What is your favorite content creation tip?
Be consistent and like try to improve on something every single time you make content. I think audio is really important. A lot of people get their music and their voice levels different and wrong. That's something that like people will tune out right away if the audio is all garbage. So yeah, and be confident. You know, obviously it takes a lot of work to be confident on camera. It took me ages. I was just so shy when I first started making videos that just the thought that I was talking to my camera and that would eventually be an audience like on the internet, I'd just be so shy. But now it's like second nature to me. So you just really have to get out there and do it.
I agree. I'm gonna say it's consistent. I'm gonna agree with that as well. I think watch a lot of big creators as well and try to honestly replicate what they're doing, like the way their videos flow and all of that. I think that's like one of the best ways you can learn, and then eventually you could start adding your own little twists to every single video and make it your own, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Like the best teacher is definitely YouTube. I highly recommend like what they were saying, just watch a bunch of your favorite content creators and just kind of like get inspired by what they create, and just but also put a little spin on your own, so to make yourself kind of branch out from them. But yeah, start off by watching a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, that's always good. It's really cliche, but like it really is just like having fun is one of the most important things to do when you're doing it as well. If you want to like make that successful video, like you're gonna feel when you're first starting off, especially when you're younger, you're gonna feel like a lot of pressure, and you're like, oh, I'm really nervous about making this. What if this is wrong? Like, just like go for it, and then as you keep going, you're gonna be like, oh, that was a little bit weird. I'll change that when I'm going forward. You may even start off with like you'll look at your videos like 5 years in the past, and you'll be like, wow, those were really bad, and now they're very good. And that's like, yeah, that's like the main thing is like if you want to look back and be like, hey, that video I made like 2 years ago, that was really bad, and I'm really good at making videos now. That's like kind of the goal you want to go for. That's kind of what I've learned over the few years that I've been doing it.
Having fun is the most important.
Just make what you like the most. Like if content makes you happy, then it's probably gonna make other people happy. That's what matters. People can tell. Oh, this is a really good one from Gregson's Best Man. Where do you all see Ruffnauts in the future?
I think they're going to do good. I think with the 2.0 coming out, that's going to be really, really awesome. I think every game takes a while to maybe hit their stride, so I think Ruffnauts is still evolving and finding theirs, but I think that they're going to do well.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'm excited for Ruffnauts 2.0. I think that, again, there's so much more content, so much more stuff we're going to add so that players will be able to do, like, it'll just be way better than I think this version of Ruffnauts, so it's very exciting, I think.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree. Like the whole map and everything, just pretty much the overhaul of what Ruffnauts is. I played the 2.0 kind of beta, and I was kind of blown away by the whole like battle system and the way that you capture it, pets and everything. Just kind of whole landscape. It's just going to be really surprising, and I hope you guys are going to be really excited for it too, because I was really just blown away by it.
Yeah. It's crazy just how much it's actually changed the game. I mean, we are all focused on like just getting the community moments out there now. Like this is the game where like you are going to be able to play this game with your friends. It's going to be way more like cooperative. There's going to be a lot more socializing with it. Creatures are way more in depth with like what you guys are wanting and what you guys have been asking us for over the past like entire year that we've had this game like released into alpha. I mean, it's a really, really big update that's going to be coming out, and it's not. I wouldn't even call it an update. It's honestly like new. It is like a new game at this point.
Yeah,
like we are just going crazy with just how much we're overhauling over there, and I'm really excited for you guys to test that out. And we'll have some tests coming out very soon, so you guys will be able to try that out. Devin, it says, how do you get your video ideas?
I just play the game, and if I don't have ideas, like I keep a list of ideas for when they do come to me, because otherwise I'll forget them. But like, I just hop in the game and I start like just going places, and I don't know, I always get ideas like that just from, I don't know, playing the game. Ride around on my dragon, I'll find something interesting.
Yeah, that's the same for me. A lot of the time I'm like flying around, just like, that tree looks cool. I'll figure out something I can do over there, and it just sort of like turns into something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like to go back and look at my old videos and see if there's like another way that I can, add a little twist to it or switch it up a little bit. And I feel like that's a good way. If you're stuck and you're like, you can go back and see what type of video you made, and then add something else to it, and that'll just be a completely new video, whole different video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of like with Terra. I just kind of like just jump into the game, and then sometimes like when I'm stuck on an idea, I just kind of like watch people's like social interactions and see how people are arguing and stuff. I'm like, hey, that's a good viral moment.
You get better at it over time. You'll like probably hesitate the first few times you're making videos, but eventually you go like you train your brain to like learn how to do stuff like that. Wow, TBM is really carrying these AMAs. We got another question from TBM. This one is for Harry specifically. If the vid hasn't come out yet, where is it?
Yeah,
and he says, what he's talking about.
Yeah, that video, you'll be in for a surprise. It's coming out really, really soon. Thanks to Gabe. Gabe definitely scheduled it really soon, so hopefully you will see it. I'm very excited for that video, and I hope you are too, TBM.
Awesome. I have no idea what that video is, so I'm also very excited to see what it is.
If you know, you know, I guess.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So this one's kind of a hardball. As UG keeps growing, do you think Ruffnauts will fall behind? And this is for all of us.
Ruffnauts already fell behind UG. I mean, it's a fact. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Like, they did, but that doesn't mean that they can't still succeed. Like, it's not like one or the other. Like, there's a lot of meta games out there, and Ruffnauts is still pretty solidified. And so I think that they're going to be similar to UG in the sense that they're both games with pets, but they're still very different games. So at this point, I don't even think there's any. It's not really worth even comparing them. So they're both great in their own way, really.
Oh my gosh, Santa's here!
Santa's here.
God, Santa!
Get him!
Santa!
I don't know where he is, but I heard him.
Where he is, but
Okay.
Whoa,
yeah, I
he's
heard
gone.
him too.
Oh, no.
There, I took care of him, you guys. We don't have to worry about Santa anymore.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I think especially with Ruffnauts 2.0 coming out, I think like it's again, like I said, it's gonna be like kind of a completely different game. So I think especially when that comes out, it's just like I don't think it'll be comparable at all.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah,
for
and
that.
I mean, we see the comments, we do see the comments, and we see people that come in and they say they like compare Ruffnauts to a lot of other games, and that's something that like with this alpha release we can see why a lot of those comparisons came out, because we were referring to what already existed in the scene, and we're like, okay, so this works. Let's
We
put
started
this in.
it. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We
That's
started the
true.
comparison.
With the eggs
It
and
needs to stop. It's all gone too far, everybody. No
Yeah,
more
we
comparing.
did start the comparisons with a few videos, and that poked the bear a couple of times. But like with this next 2.0 release, the intention for us is that we have a vision, and now that we have more resources and we have all the support of the community that we have right now, we can make the vision that we actually truly had for Ruffnauts leading up to this. And that is like a cooperative, more creature, kind of Pokemon-style focused game. And that's what is coming with 2.0. I mean, most of the stuff that we have right now in this alpha is going to be completely overhauled or changed to make it more unique. So I don't think that once 2.0 is out, we're going to get a lot of those UG comparisons or like Animal Company comparisons anymore, because we are trying to we're trying to set ourselves apart as its own thing. Like, you guys can play UG, you guys can play Animal Company, but we want to make sure that Ruffnauts is like something that you can play alongside that as like a completely different experience. Like, you can go to Animal Company for some kind of different experience than what we have here, and that's what we're going to be doing with the 2.0 update. When do protopup applications get accepted or denied? Right now, we accept them mostly every week, especially leading up to 2.0. So if you have applied to protopups, that'll be sent over to our applications section, and we will review them, and if we think you're a good fit, we'll accept you in. but we do it around midway through the week of each week. We already did it this week, so next week will probably be the time that we accept more people. And how do you get ProtoPup? You apply. Like I just said, the questions are a little bit out of order right there. You just go to the application section in the Discord, and you can apply through there. We got our Appy bot that keeps track of all that for us. Noah Ellis is asking, can we have a creature index, which I assume is they're talking about the Pokédex kind of style thing. We've already seen like some prototypes of that, right? Yeah, we have a Pokédex on the way. That's going to be added. I actually think that'll be added like right when 2.0 comes out, because that's one of the big features we wanted to like work on, is being able to like actually collect and see the creatures you've collected. So that will be coming out with the 2.0 update, most likely.
For legal reasons, we cannot actually call it Pokedex, but
Yeah, it'll be its own thing. But if that's what you were referring to, yes. Will there be a strongest pet in Ruffnauts 2.0? That's hard to say right now. It depends on how you guys treat them, because we do have new creatures on the way, and we've leaked. I think we leaked the hedgehog is the latest one we've leaked, and that's just going to be one of the smaller ones. But tons of new creatures coming with the 2.0 update, and they're like some of the best we've made. Like they are absolutely gorgeous looking creatures, all custom. It's very, very cool. You guys will be very excited for that. Will there be other planets in 2.0? How many areas will there be? Well, you guys have already seen the map. If you haven't already, you can go to the leaks channel. That shows you kind of the rough sketch of what we have and what kind of areas we want for the main hub map. And yes, we are planning on adding other planets that you can visit after that, but right now we're mostly focusing on fleshing out the hub map for right now. What will happen to our accounts in 2.0? They will not be wiped. There are some items that we might have to remove for balancing reasons. Those will just be gadgets most likely. But you should be able to keep your cosmetics, and I think you should keep most of your gadgets, and obviously your creatures and everything you purchased up to this point, you should be able to keep those. Will achievements be added? Yes, actually, that's something that we were discussing. We're thinking of adding a kind of an achievement system. It's a little bit more unique. That will give you kind of like a cosmetic that you can wear on yourself whenever you get a certain thing or you achieve a certain task. And that's something that we will be adding a little bit later past the 2.0 release, I think. For me and Gabe, honestly, I think that we'd be the best to answer this one. But what was the purpose of Ruffnauts? Do you remember like the early development days when we were just like first starting off?
I think we wanted to create a game that was kind of like Pokemon. I feel like that was the biggest thing. Kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything in the space, at least not that I know of personally. I don't know if you guys know any other games like that.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the biggest
reasons. Like kind of this like alpha, we kind of want to make like a chaotic Pokemon kind of VR game, where you could like collect creatures, and it's all about like collecting loot, collecting creatures, and like having that kind of like gameplay loop. And most importantly, what we want to do is just make a fun game that like everyone can play. It's something where you can come on and socialize, give you something similar to some of the other like monkey movement style games in the scene, but something a little bit more original and interesting. Is what we were going for with this. Hopefully we can see the full vision out over the course of the next few months, especially. Frog with a top hat. Will you ever add a frog pet to the game? And if you will, can you please add a top hat? I imagine it eventually will have to add a frog to the game. We can probably think about that. We have like a water section in the new 2.0 update map coming out. And if you checked on the roadmap, we do say that we have like creature upgrades and stuff like that. We were considering adding cosmetics as something that you could put into that system. So maybe we could add like top hats and stuff you could add to your creatures. That could be a fun thing. So you could potentially make a frog with a top hat. And we had one more question from Wither Void God, and this one is one more hardball, and then are you guys staying with Ruffnauts forever, or is it just a temporary thing? A little bit more of an interesting question, because this all kind of like applies differently to all of us, doesn't it? Like just how we are in our careers.
Mm-hmm. I'm not actually like a full-on employee for Ruffnauts. I'm just like casual because I'm just hired to like make shorts. So it's hard to say what the future holds. I'm kind of new to like content creation for other channels because before I just made them for my own channel. So hard to say.
Yeah.
But of course, even if I don't work for Ruffnauts, I'll still play the game and enjoy it.
I mean, nothing lasts forever, of course. So, but obviously, I would like to be with Ruffnauts for as long as possible. I think that's me personally.
Same too as well. I'm just pretty much just loving just playing the game as I go, and we don't know what obviously what the future holds, but I'm really excited to see how Ruffnauts evolve, and love to be part of the family and the community, and just along for the ride.
Yeah, it's really just based on like this is just kind of what like the gaming scene is like, especially like the VR gaming scene. I mean, everyone kind of knows each other, and we work on different projects. But when there's a project like this that we actually like, we have hope for it. We are interested in it, and we want to like make sure it succeeds. And we're gonna stick around as long as we possibly can to help out. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. And I mean, Ruffnauts has a very good future ahead of it. We've got some awesome people on the development team and the crew, and they want to like make this into something that like everyone can appreciate. Like, we've had our criticisms up to this point. Like, a lot of people come in and they criticize us like, oh, they don't like this feature. But we hope to address all that stuff with every update we release, and with this 2.0 update, we're going to be like overhauling a bunch of the stuff that people have been complaining about in terms of like monetization stuff, comparisons to other games. All of that stuff is something that we are addressing with that update, and that's something that I want to see through, and I feel like a lot of other people here also want to see that through and see like what we can create with that, especially social videos. I mean, there's going to be a lot of fun videos that we can make out of that update eventually when it comes out. Just as long as we're in for the long haul, as long as we have the ability to, we're in here for the long haul. But yeah, thank you, Wither, for that question. It makes you think. It makes you think when you have questions like that, but it's always important for that. All right, that's all we have available now. Yeah, I think that's all the questions. So, does anybody else want to say anything to the audience out there?
Thank you guys for playing Ruffnauts. We really enjoy the community.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for everything you've done community-wise, like everything.
I appreciate you guys so much for like just being so welcoming and just also like helping new players too when I just joined the game.
Thank you for attending the AMA. We're going to be hosting another one probably later this month where we can all talk to the devs. Save all your awesome 2.0 questions for them because they have like tons more stuff that they can say about it than we can. They are the ones that are like, this is their life. They're like living through it. So that'd be a great time to ask those questions. They'll have a lot of stuff they can talk about. I guess we can say goodbye.
All right. Okay.
All right.